hopping along as part of the How to Kill a Kit with Style November YouTube hop, and the theme is old school. Okay, scratch all that. This will now be used for another Sarah hop, the very first Rediscover Your Stash monthly product focus hop, and the product focus for the month is old plus new equals fabulous, something like that. So we've got plenty of old. I just need to factor in the new. I've taken old school fairly literally, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I've got this Jenny Bolan paper pad, and because the cream is so really cream, like almost a yellow cream, it's not the easiest thing to work in with the other papers that are on the market. So I've got probably at least 2 Kallax cubes of all of the old designers. So I'm going to pull out a bunch of papers from this, and I've got these 2 pictures of Max just before he went off to his school formal. Black and red, basically black with touches of red was what he wore. And so with these 2 pictures I'm going to sort of tell a story about his outfit. I've got sort of more portrait style pictures, and I might get a nice big like 8x10 or something printed up and do that on a facing page. That's a bit better. I put the pictures through a slightly warmish filter just to make them work a little bit better with the photos, but it's not sort of super harsh. I've also got some of these Jenny Bolan shaped papers. I'm not going to use a whole one, but I thought a part of one, maybe on the side of the page or something. And this is a bunch of papers that I pulled out from the paper pad. They're only the weight of copy paper, so I'll probably just be using them as layers, otherwise I'll have to stick them onto some cardstock. And then there's a little bit of October afternoon. I thought maybe something as a background or a layer. And these are from a Seaside collection. It might actually be called Seaside. Yeah, it is. The reason I mentioned that is that their formal was on a boat. So they had a buffet dinner and a dance floor, which I can guarantee Max was not going to go anywhere near. So we've also got Sasa and some Cosmo Cricket, not maybe the grey. This is Scenic Route, more October afternoon, hence the nautical vibe, and more Jenny Bolan and tags, and more Cosmo Cricket, and so many embellishments. I'm just not even going to go through them now. But while we're on the subject of old school, I thought that buttons and brads are you don't really see them that much anymore. I guess because enamel dots are so much easier. You don't have to punch any holes, but I don't know, even those fake ones that Simple Stories makes, I can still tell that they don't go through the paper, and that kind of makes me twitchy. So I'm just going to mess about with layers, I think. I haven't got a firmer plan than that, and so I think the best thing to do would be to chuck it on fast forward, because I've managed to pull up and re-stick a great many times. Now I've got to figure out where the journaling's going to go before I figure out where to put other little bits. So photos here somehow. I'm going to keep them straight because this is a formal type of layout. Definitely needs a mat, and I'm thinking this is where I could probably bring in that grey that I've been desperately wanting to bring in, because it ties into the story of his shirt. So I could put the journaling down here because it's quite lengthy, or I could get 2 of the lined or plain cards and put them back to back and then stick them together and put a little ribbon tie and sort of make a kind of a pocket or something so that that can be pulled out. Okay, I think I want something light and then the grey. Maybe this little polka dot. I'm going to do it in the middle though because it's got a really like a vignetted edge, and I'm just sort of using the dots as a guide. Okay. Now that I've put this grey in, I'm going to have to include it in at least a couple of other places. So I just need to keep that in mind. I found this round sticker because everything else seems to be a bit squarish, and I could put part of that one under there. Can you tell that's a ship? Yeah, if I put it almost virtually to the edge, you can sort of tell it's a ship, especially if I tilt it this way. Now something on the top. Could use that mariner's compass, couldn't I? Actually. And that's sort of going to tie in 3 circles, but not too bad actually. Okay, because his tie has red roses on black, I thought that if I went and pulled out the most vintagey looking roses from my Maggie Holmes and Other die cut pack, or box of die cuts, then I can just use some of these. Now, they're not really red. They're more pink. Well, that kind of sucks. I can make them cooperate. I want to include this because it was the year 12 formal somewhere. I definitely need to put a card of some description here and pile a bunch of stuff on while still leaving room for, you know, all the pretty stuff. And maybe that can go like that somehow. I'm starting to build in the grey. Okay, get that done and then come back to the other stuff. I still need a date. I can do the date there. I also had this. It was one of those Maggie Holmes alphabet and number packs. I need to back it with something. Where is that polka dot paper? I don't know if that's going to... I'll just try it and see. Actually, I don't mind that too much. I need a backing. Oh, I did want to use this because this kid is going, he looks like he's going to get alterations, and this shirt was bespoke, so I remember when I found this card I thought that was going to work really well. I wonder if I can still make it work. Okay, I'm going to make it work. I don't care how it looks because it's going to work with the story. It doesn't matter if we cut the dog off. As long as we can still see what this boy is trying to achieve. And we only need part of that 12. Okay. We might need to put it up a little bit higher. Now and then come back to the journaling, because sometimes it lands on, I think it's just going to be easier to write on top of dry mist than have mist land and mess up journaling. So I'd still probably like to put something down there, and I don't know, and then get those brads and things. I'll just see if there's anything that's going to fit in. Maybe a label. Actually, I wouldn't mind to bring in some more of that royal blue. Actually, I don't mind that. Done in the past 10 months is I've stuck and stitched on these buttons and added the journaling because, you know. Oh, and I've also added some stitching here and here because I just, yeah, the chipboard nothing was holding that down. So, what am I going to use that's new? I think Vicky Bouton, I haven't got anything really super new. So I'm going to put in the footage that I've done thus far, and then I'm going to jump back in with the new stuff. So, new, what am I going to use? I think that these print shop from Vicky Bouton and some of this Pink Fresh Studio, these are from about a year ago, and in fact this was the very first batch, and so there's still some typos on the sheet. And yeah, what else? I'm going to consider this new-ish because I haven't got anything super new, so yeah, I'm just going to run with it. I'm in two minds on whether or not to use this shoe because he wouldn't wear dress shoes to his formal. He was keeping his trend with the runners. Okay, so let's see now, what can I do? Let's have a look. I like that these have some gold. And I have a very slight vintage vibe, so I think it's going to work just fine. There's not a whole lot of white though, so I'm going to have to be careful. Maybe just some of the words and some of these little stars and hearts. Yeah, let's do that. I'm pretty sure this alphabet die cut from Maggie Holmes was from the last few years, and well, that's not super new, it's new-ish. I'm just going to place those and see. I might try and use these because they are slightly dimensional. This rocks. Cheers. Loving this. Where are we going to put them? Maybe here I can put them. Red one. Actually, that's some... Actually, I quite like that. This has got, yeah. Oh. Oh, I was going to use a flare badge, wasn't I? Okay, so if I move this up here somewhere, then I can put one of the flare badges. Oh, what have I done here? Okay, I've put... I want another word here. Where are you? Well, it wasn't an everyday plot twist. Yeah, maybe. Actually, that kind of works given the story about his shirt and the fact that he wasn't even going to go to the formal, and then when he found out it was going to be on a boat, he changed his mind. So I think that's what I'll do. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the foam and then put glue dots on the back. Okay, what's happened here? Maybe that's where I wanted it to be. I think it's not, but it'll do. Okay, I've just got to double check that everything is okay. Alright, so it really is pushing it to just put a sprinkling of stickers and say that's my new. I think the mist could potentially be counted as new-ish, because if it's the Kaisercraft one, and I can't remember what I used, then it's definitely a purchase from last year, maybe the year before. So I'm going to leave it at this, take some stills, do all that kind of stuff, edit it, and hopefully it is not going to be super late. So thanks for watching. Please go and check out everybody else who's playing along, not just on YouTube, but there's some people playing on Insta as well, and in Sarah's Facebook group. Links to all the relevant info is down in the description box there, and hope to see you again soon. Bye!